Welcome back. In my last video you saw me build my Chinese Lego bicycle, and I gave this thing a really good review, but I mentioned in my review that there are a couple things that I'd like to change on it, some modifications that I'd like to do, and I thought it'd be fun for today's video to actually do those modifications. Spun around and we're over here at the building table, and if this is your first time seeing this Lego bicycle, I'll ask you this question. What's the first thing that you would do to this? What's the first modification that you would do? And I think we probably both agree that it's taking off this basket that's on the front. So we're just gonna take that away. And this thing is a pretty shoddy build. Like, I've had issues with it staying together. And in fact, my son already lost a piece to it. There's actually supposed to be two of these on both sides in the front. It's gone, so lost forever, but no harm done. I wanted that basket gone anyway, so let's just destroy it. Actually, boy, that's pretty sturdy. I take it back. Just the sides are weak. This is pretty nice. Now, that leaves us with some issues here on the front. This looks a little awkward having this like this, so we're gonna take that part off, and I'm hoping that you can see what I'm doing here. And I was thinking what I may do, I really don't like this fender facing backwards like that, so we're gonna take that off. And I'm thinking maybe about spinning this piece around entirely so the fender can actually be on the front. I'm debating whether to have fenders on this at all. So there's one on the back, and I kind of looked at this to see what it would be like if I took it off. I think it looks a little barren, although it's probably more realistic for a bicycle to not have a fender like that. I could see if this was a dirt bike or something, but we'll leave the fenders on just because I think it gives a little bit of detail to this, and it's gonna kind of need it because I'm gonna be removing a lot of stuff here. The question is, can I actually take this apart without the whole front end falling off? Let's give it a shot. I think this is probably my best hope. Maybe going like that. Is there anything that holds that together? I think I'm gonna have to kind of take the whole front end of it apart just to get to that piece. Oh, wait a minute. Yes, that came right off. That's all I had to do. That's a good sign. Now we're gonna slide these apart like this. Uh-oh. That's okay. We're just gonna set that aside for now. Wonder if I can just, oh geez, that's not good. I didn't say this to be professional modifications. It's just gonna be modifications. Imagine this is just brutal to watch me destroy this fine piece of machinery here. But I think that will probably do it. And then this was on, I think it was like this. So we'll just put that right back on there like that. And we'll slide these in. Oh, wait a minute. Probably gonna want this on here so I can actually put the front wheel back on. Oh, modifying. Fun stuff. You definitely realize when you make a mistake on this though, because it's gonna become very apparent when you can't put the wheel back on that you did something wrong. Okay, so now I think we can just go like this. Okay, we got that on. And then we're gonna turn these slightly. Just like that. All right. How does that look? Does that look a little better? Wait a minute. Something ain't right here. We got no motion on the front wheel. What is, oh, okay. I probably shouldn't have taken those spacers out of the inside there, because now that was causing the wheel to kind of hit off that. So we'd have a little bit of space in there, and if I had the right pieces, what I need are some of these, but I'm not gonna be adding any pieces of this because obviously my Lego Technic collection isn't very big. That's what I would put in there. Did I lose one of those? Why is that looking like that? Let me look at the manual. Yeah, I guess that's the way it's supposed to be. It kind of seems a little unfinished to me on the side there. Regardless of what I think of that little spot down there, I think with the fender facing forward, makes the bike look a lot better. As for the center of the bike, I think they did a good job with the body. I like the suspension of it, how it works like that. Although it does kind of hit a little earlier than it should right there, but that's okay. The one thing that I am going to change about this is taking these translucent pieces off the pedals. I don't really like the way it looks. There's one gone, and there's the other one gone, and you tell me, does that look a little bit better than what it did before? There's a chain in action. This chain's a little weird. I'm gonna take this chain off and show you something that I noticed when I was building this. Okay. Maybe the reason the chain doesn't flow very well is because it's not actually a straight line. I don't know if it's supposed to be that way. When you look at this, it looks like they're lined up pretty well. If we're looking at these sprockets here, they look like they're in line pretty well, but then when you look at this chain, that's not a wide angle lens effect. That is definitely not level. Look how that's kind of flexed out. So that's an issue, and I think that's the reason the chain really kind of drags when it's going across the front of it. I guess regardless whether it's right or wrong, it actually works. So we'll just let it as it is. See how it catches a little bit there? That's not the best. Right there, it seems to be catching. Is there something wrong with the chain? I don't see any missing links or anything like that. Everything's kind of the way it should be. Yeah, not cool. I've kind of experimented with moving this around a little bit, like flexing it out, and it really didn't make much of a difference. Like if I move that pedal out a little bit and I move that out, let's see if that works better. Still having this same problem. In fact, that actually made it worse. There we go, now it's back on again. Just the way it's going to be. But now that we're moving back to the back of this, you know the next thing it needs to go. These training wheels. I'm not loving it, although it is nice because it sets the bike up and allows it to stand upright without any kind of intervention. But in this case, I don't like them very much, so they are gone. I think the bike looks a lot better now than what it did before that. If there's anything else that you think I should change on this, let me know in a comment, because that'd be kind of cool to do a follow-up and an interactive video. Still have the bell up here, which I think I'll leave on, and then the brakes and everything are up there. But what would you change on this? Is there anything else that I should do to it? I don't really have many Technic pieces, but I could add some to this if you have some great ideas. I guess that kind of wraps it up for my Lego bike mods. I think it was definitely some improvements. Here's everything that's left over after this. We'll kind of pan down to it so you can see that's everything that I took off of it. And I think we made it look a little better. Get out of there. Just look how much better that looks. Other than the fact that it doesn't stand up anymore, I think everything that I did here was an improvement. Give me a thumb up if you enjoyed this video. If you want to see more videos like this and a lot of other Lego videos, hit the subscribe button. I think I'm going to get back on Alibaba this afternoon and look around, see if I can find any other little small Technic sets that I can add to this or do something else that's kind of similar to it. I had a lot of fun with this build. So thank you for watching this one, and as always, we'll see you in the next video. Before I go, there's one last little thing that I wanted to do to this that was bothering me, and that's taking that little pin out there that was holding the basket on the front. I think that looks better without it.